Hey, we back in the building, Clay.
We're giving it a shot. We're giving it a shot.
You gotta love this thing. You know what? Before we start, hold on. Who are we, buddy? Who are we?
Oh, yes. Clay from Brooklyn. Football with the fellas. And who am I here with?
It's your man Mazo. It's all about Big Blue. And I'm gonna go back to our other names too. That guy right there, that's the realist right there. And I'm the optimist. And
And
let
this
me
is the
tell you
optimist.
something. Let me tell you something, Clay. I know in our I always call our pregame talk.
Yes.
We were kind of going around what we're gonna talk about and everything this evening. And I don't know. As soon as we came on, this feeling of that I always wanted to share with you again was the optimism came back.
I hear you.
Harbaugh has brought the optimism back.
No question.
The
No
moves
question.
that he is making, he is. You know what? He is replicating the big blue, old school big blue.
I like
Big
it.
guys coming in. Look, we talked about. This is funny too. We talked about our tight end room. And
Right.
we said, before we started, our tight end room was cool. Don't touch it. Hey, we got everybody. But he went out and brought Lightly in. Manhurts is back, right?
I
And
like it.
who else? Now,
And we still
it's
got
another one.
Theo. We still got
Theo,
Theo.
we still got Theo.
We did
He,
lose
he's
Bellinger.
upgraded. He's upgraded our tight end room.
We did lose Bellinger. I'm a little disappointed in that, but I will take Isaiah Likely in a minute.
And you know what? We know what that does, though. Why you know why that puts that glimmer in my eye. Whenever we have a tight end,
Right. Right.
whenever we have a tight end, all of a sudden we are dangerous. Again, I'm thinking of Sims. I
Right.
was
Right.
thinking
But
of Sims.
also, to be honest, Likely is like a slot tight end. So he's like kind of sort of replacing Wandale,
Yes.
which is fine. Which is fine. He's 5 inches, 6, 7 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier.
Right.
He can also block,
He's got good
but
hands.
he can do the slot work as well. So yeah, no, I'm very excited.
I,
Which
I
brings us back to the why I want to go defense early and often in the
I knew
draft.
it. I knew he's gonna say it. I knew it. I knew it.
Especially, and then he signed Patrick McCarr too. We got a fullback.
But wait, well, Patrick Ricard, I wanted to bring that up too.
Yes.
He's 300 pounds.
Yes,
I
yes,
didn't
this is the
realize
big
he was
boy.
three.
This is the big boy.
I thought it was a typo. I saw it on Facebook. I said, "No, it's a typo.
Patrick
Maybe like
McCarr is a
235."
big boy. He's a
And
big
so
boy.
now we got him and Cam.
Cam and still got Tracy, still got Singletary. I mean, listen, that's why I don't know that we need a wide receiver. Again,
No, 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 no. We
I,
we need
I'm
him
not
also.
I'm not saying we shouldn't add a wide receiver, but you can't fix everything at once. One off season is not going to fix everything. So
Well,
to
look,
me,
we can look again. We can, and I'm here. I go back to your side. We can satisfy my need for the or want for the I won't need a want for the wide receiver if we wait till like let's say the fourth round maybe. If we
right,
can get
right.
Malachi from Notre Dame,
Okay.
I'll be
Listen,
happy with that.
and so would I. And so would I.
I'll
I'm
be happy
listen,
with that.
I'm very much happy for us to get one. But we didn't get Patrick Ricard to never play him.
Oh no, no, you're right.
And we didn't get him to be the only running back in the backfield, right? He's not going to be the only running back. So
True.
every play he's on the field, pretty much, that means there's two running backs.
Yeah,
There's always going to be at least one tight end, right? At least one.
yeah.
So there's only five eligible receivers, right? So if we got two running backs, Malik ain't coming off the field, and a tight end, then we only need one more something. It might be Theo,
It might
right?
be
It
Theo,
might be in a two tight end. It might be Chris Manhurts if it's like short yardage. If it's 3rd and 2,
and we
I'm
bulk
bringing
it up
Chris
really.
Manhurts in and I'm running up behind his back. It might be Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, I just looked this up the other day. I think he's about 500 yards, which is one decent season from being like in the top five all-time Giants receivers
Oh,
for
oh
receiving
boy.
yards. He's already in the top 10. He would pass like five people. if he gets a 500-yard season, which is not, none of his years have been less than 500 yards. So I'm just saying, Darius Slayton is not somebody that I'm in love with, but he's a quality NFL player who, if we're in a alignment that has two running backs, a tight end, and two wide receivers, he could be the second wide receiver.
Will he
Or if
be
it's
on the
one
team?
running back, I'm sorry,
Will Slayton be on? Might he? I was thinking about this. Might he not get cut after June
won't
and
get
maybe
cut because it costs more money
not?
to cut.
But yeah, but isn't it? Did I hear right? I think after like June or something like that, if he gets, he'll be $10 million off the cap.
If we trade him now,
Okay,
save 9.9 million dollars on the cap. That's why I say if you're going to trade him before the draft. Trade him now. But if we cut him, we don't save anything.
nothing. Okay.
So we're not going to cut him, but we might trade him. But again, is he's not that bad. He's not
No,
terrible.
he's not terrible. He's not terrible.
So if we're going to have either two running backs and one tight end, or one running back and two tight ends most of the time, and Neighbors almost all of the time, then the only thing left is either another wide receiver, or maybe we have a three tight end alignment, or two running backs and two tight ends every now and then. Slayton could be that fifth guy, is what I'm getting at. He
Yeah,
could
he
be
could be.
that
Yeah,
guy. If we have two running back and a tight end on the field, teams are going to be thinking that, oh, they're going to run the ball. And we will, right? We'll run smash mouth a lot.
oh
And
yeah,
then
oh
they'll
yeah.
be thinking, but if it's play action, I better cover Neighbors.
True, true,
So
true.
who's covering Slayton? You think they're going to put their best quarterback on Slayton?
No, no.
No. No. You think there's going to be safety help over the top on Slayton? That safety is going to be down in the box trying to stop the run. So I'm saying Slayton's going to see a lot of one-on-one against your second or third best cornerback. He can do that.
I'm not questioning that. My concern is, and I guess as we get closer to this, like the summer and all, is Malik. How is he
Right.
doing health wise? If you know,
Everything I've heard is that Malik and Cam are ahead of schedule. That's what I've heard. Now, I've heard it. I'm not at the facility.
right,
I haven't seen it,
right.
but I've heard it. And, I don't know that the people who are telling me are telling the truth, or know what they're talking about. But I haven't heard anybody say that they're behind schedule.
Right. Okay.
And they got hurt early enough where it's not unreasonable to me that young men like that who've never been hurt before
Could come back.
could come back by September. It was September when Malik got hurt.
Yeah. So it would be almost a full year. Yeah.
He got
So.
hurt week 4. I was at the game
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
against the Chargers. So it would be almost a year. And I mean, will he be exactly the same guy day one? Hopefully, but
We don't
maybe
know.
not. But if it takes him a month to get into shape, okay. But
That's.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be counting on Malik a lot next year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But again, give me a rookie. You can give me again the rookie from Notre Dame is fine with
I,
me.
if Malachi Fields is still on the board in the fourth round and we add him, that's fine. So that means Slayton doesn't get on the field at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
how
would
many
mean
times do you think we're going to be in a three wide receiver
that.
alignment?
You never know. I mean, not well. No, if you go by Harbaugh's going. He's going back. He's going back in the day.
I just heard somebody say today that the Ravens had the fewest number of three wide receiver snaps in the NFL last year.
So that means the Giants are going to do the same.
And
Probably.
and even if so again, any play that Slayton's on the field, Malik is probably on the field too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That only leaves three people, right? So Ricard is not going to be on the field all the time, but he's going to be on the field sometimes with another running back. So anyway, I'm not worried about our offense. And we were scoring 22 points a game last year without
See,
Malik Willis,
here
without
I know he's going to
without
bring.
Isaiah Likely.
That's your ace in the hole every time.
Yes,
He goes back to that one.
yes. The
He goes
offense
back to
wasn't
that
the
one.
problem. The offense didn't give up 33 points in the fourth quarter to Denver. The offense wasn't the problem. In fact, our offense scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter against Denver. People keep forgetting that. Yeah, we gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter, And they needed all 33 of them
Yeah, yeah.
because if we didn't miss two extra points, we still win that game.
Speaking of which,
We
you
signed
see what
another
he,
kid.
you see what he's done with
Yeah.
our special team room?
Special teams gonna be much improved. Much improved.
We could go
Love that.
we can go to it's funny. Well, now look at it finally as a close game. We can actually win a close game. Like we can be confident, that we can win it.
Yes. Yes. And we will be much less likely to have screw ups throughout the game in special teams. So yeah, no, I mean that Jordan Stout, that punter move that's a huge upgrade. That's
Yes, it
a
is.
huge upgrade.
Yes, it is.
I personally think that the kicker they signed is not making the team. I've gone
You
on
know,
record.
really?
He's not making the team. Ben Saul's going to beat him out. If there's an open competition, if we actually have a competition, Ben Saul's going to beat him out. This first of all, this guy missed the entire 2025
With the
season
hip. With the hip
with a
injury.
hip injury.
Yeah.
You don't think the hip is kind of relatively important for a kicker?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is a one-hipped kicker something you want to sign up for? Is a kicker with chronic hip problems somebody you want on your roster?
And he doesn't
No,
kick the who does he doesn't kick the long ones really well, I don't think though.
no, he's the longest is 57, which is not bad, but that's his longest. I did a little breakdown for those of you from Giants Big Blue View. Shout out to Giants Big Blue View. Saw me post this at Big Blue View, and I apologize for my sniffles. I'm still dealing with allergies and whatever. By the way, it snowed here today.
Yes, it did. Yes, it
I'm
did.
not smiling. That's not funny. It was 70 degrees Tuesday. It snowed today. I am not okay with that. I don't know who I got to call or write a letter to, but let's just cut it out. All right, I'm done. I'm snowed out. I'm done. But so this kicker, his career field goal percentage, I want to say it was 84%. It would be like 16th in the league this year, right? His career percentage, if you compare it to this year's NFL kickers, that would have been 16th. His career extra point percentage is 96%, which sounds great and, is, but that would be like 15th in the NFL this year.
Oh wow.
So that's not, I mean, he did make the Pro Bowl once, but that's not a great kicker. And now he's coming off a year where he missed the entire year with hip injury. He's not beating out Ben Sauls. He's not. If he and Ben Sauls are both given the opportunity, Ben Sauls is beating him out.
Okay. Okay. I don't
But
mind.
I
I
like
don't
the
mind.
effort. I like the idea that he's, bringing in competition. Every job is open. Maybe Jackson Darts is safe, but
He's the
everybody
only
else,
one can
you got to earn it. You got to earn it. Show it to me on the field. Clean slate.
let me ask you a question here. I thought
Okay.
about this, I was saying how Harbaugh has like raised my optimism. But
Yes.
now I'm thinking like of the draft, right?
Okay.
Do you think now that we got Edmonds that if Sonny Styles is available, do you take Styles?
I am running to the podium. If Sonny Styles' name is still in the board when we pick fifth, I would be sprinting to the podium to say, I think Sonny Styles is the best player in the draft. That's what I think. I think he is the best player coming out of the draft today. Um, I quiet as is kept. I told you I think my sleeper pick for 3 years from now, the guy who I think we're going to look back on as at worst the second best is Keldrick Falk. That's the defensive end. Yeah, hold off on that because we're not taking him. Well, I don't think we're taking him fifth. But Sonny Styles, if Sonny Styles on the board, I'm taking him.
You're taking him.
Yes.
If he's off the board, I want to ask you because if he's off, and who's your safety that you love so much?
Caleb Downs. So
Yeah.
Caleb Downs, who there's been some vicious rumors about his knee having some kind of degenerative issue, which sounds like smoke to me. That sounds like the kind of thing people put out when they don't want you to draft the guy they want, because nobody has ever talked about that before
Not one time.
he ended. But now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's got a knee problem. That's why he didn't run at the combine, and it's only a matter of time. Whatever. So, but if he checks out medically, that he would be my second, and Mansour Delane, the cornerback from LSU, whose pro day is I think March 23rd. I hope he runs the 40 at his pro day because he didn't run at the combine. It would concern me if his number isn't at least in the high 4.4s, right? If it's like 4.55, then I don't want him fifth overall. But if it's 4.43, 4.44, 4.46, he has shown me enough on tape where I would go with that.
And you still think it's smoke and mirrors with Harbaugh looking at a running back?
I Where's my pitchfork? Where is it? I put it on.
I, I guess for me, I'm wondering how he really feels about the giant backs. I mean, like, how does he feel about Tracy?
We
Does he
were
get
fifth in the league in rushing. I don't care how he feels. We were
he
fifth
got
in the league in rushing without Cam Scatterboo for most of the year. Fifth in the league in rushing. You know what we were not fifth in the league in? Stopping the run. We were
true,
first in the
true.
league in stopping the run. So if you're telling me that the team that was fifth in the league in rushing and 31st in the league in stopping the run is going to take its first pick and add a running back, nope, nope. There is no scenario where I don't care if Jim Brown, 22 years old Jim Brown, is available. I don't want him.
You would take Jim Brown.
I, I mean, I'd probably take Jim Brown, but I would cut everybody else, trade everybody else. Yeah, Jim Brown's the GOAT. But seriously, like there's no need for a running back. Our running game is fine. We were fifth in the league in rushing and 31st in the league in stopping the run. Fix the run defense.
Oh, we definitely gotta do that. Definitely gotta do that. So okay,
So
okay.
yeah, that's what I would do. Sunny style. If we had picks 2, 3, 4, and 5, because you know Fernando Mendoza is going first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, picks 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I would take Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Mansour Delane, and Keldrick Falk. Those would be my 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you know what's the other one from Ohio State?
Um, Arvell Reese.
Yeah,
I'm not as high on him as most other people are. And in general, and especially not for the Giants, because to me, he's
he's
a
another
hybrid, right?
outside.
He plays more edge than off
Right.
ball, and edge is our deepest position group. We're fine at edge. We're more
Yeah.
than fine. We're good at edge. Now, if you're telling me we were going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau, that's a different conversation. I still wouldn't put him ahead of the four guys I just said, but he'd be next, right? If we had picks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Right.
he'd be six. But I don't want him more than anybody I just mentioned. I don't want him more than Styles, Downs, Delane, or Falk.
You would
I'm not
take
sure
him.
I want him more. This is going to sound, I'm sure, controversial, but Caden McDonald, the defensive tackle from Ohio State, is a great run stuffing beast. And again, I don't want a good player instead of a great player, but I'm not sure Arvell Reese is a great player. I think he's a great athlete. I think he's a very good player. Remember, we were talking when Casey from the gym was on about sometimes when the rest of the guys around you are so good, it makes
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think Arvell Reese might be that guy. I think if there's anybody on that Ohio State defense that benefited from
From
the fact that the rest of the team was so good, it's Arvell Reese.
wow,
The
wow.
last 6 games of the year, he had no sacks, 0 sacks. He lit it up early in the year, but then when, teams started figuring out what he does and who he's about, and I'm not saying he didn't have good games, but he didn't have any sacks, even though he was playing primarily, not primarily, but more edge than off ball.
They're not right. And Sonny plays inside, right?
Sonny plays inside and safety. He started as a safety.
And we can
Sonny
put him.
plays-
You can put him
Yes,
beside. How's it gonna work with him and Edmonds?
yeah, those are the two inside linebackers. And both of them are very fast, very athletic. And I think what's likely to happen again, I'm not in the meetings. But if you ask me, we should be at a 3-4 with three interior defensive linemen. Dexter on the nose, Christian Wilkins in the B gap on one side, and Darius Alexander in the B gap on the other side. So no running in the A or B gap for any reason at any time by any team. That's just not going to happen. Then you can put the inside linebackers head up on the outside shoulder of the tackles and let your edge rushers go up the field and try to rush the passer, knowing that you've got inside linebackers that can make that tackle if they run off tackle.
That sounds really familiar.
Yes, I've been saying that for years.
But doesn't that sound? Isn't that what back in the LT days and
Yes, yes, yes,
Carson and Reasons and Banks? That's what it sounds like to me.
yes. I didn't invent this. I'm just remembering it. And I'm not saying these guys are Banks Carson reasons, and certainly not Taylor,
No, but
but they're very good and in that scheme. And I'm not saying we have Leonard Marshall and
with
Jim Burt,
Jim Burt, yeah.
but we do have very good players that in the right scheme can shut down the run, and that's what I'm talking about. And
For
Sonny
me,
Styles can easily drop if you're not running the ball off tackle on his side. He can easily drop back into coverage and take away that first window for the quick slant. He is a good enough athlete to cover your tight end, or maybe even your slot receiver if he's running. If we're running a zone,
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles is a beast.
Man, then we would have we would cover we would solidify, I guess, the middle third of the of our defense. Like the middle linebackers.
And yeah, we still would need help in the defensive backfield. Like the safeties and the cornerbacks still could use some improving, which is why, like I said, I'm not so sure the second round pick should be wide receiver either. But
We got
if
enough. They got enough
secondary,
receivers.
if your secondary is the weakest part of your defense, but your well, let's say seven, because I'm thinking three interior defensive linemen, but at least six. If your front six or seven is really strong, it can cover for some of the flaws of your back end. Because how much time are they going to have to throw with Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau and Abdul Carter coming off the edges, keeping each other fresh, right? Two of those three are on the field, and one's resting every play, coming off the edges. And Dexter's driving your center back into the quarterback.
Right.
And it's not like Christian Wilkins can't do that. But if all Christian Wilkins and Darius Alexander do is say, I'm making sure there be no running plays in here, period, that's fine with me. If they
Are you
never,
assuming we got Wilkins already?
I wouldn't go that far, but that's the next thing on my wish list.
Is Wilkins Christian Wilkins, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
It would
Absolutely.
make sense. It would make sense. It would definitely make sense.
I just can't see a good reason not to. We just signed Evan Neal again. Seriously?
Yes. That
I'm
took a
looking at
smile
the
off my
list.
face when you said that though. And I read that. I looked and said, nah, I thought he was going maybe go with the Titans or something like that. Take him. Please take him. You
Please.
took the other guys. Take him. Why?
I I mean he's a big body, and if we are worried about our guard play and want to be a smash mouth football team, I guess you give him a shot to play guard, which I've been saying since his second year in the league, right? It was very clear to me in his first year, this is not a tackle. This will never be a tackle. Let's try him at guard. I've been posting that on Big Blue View for years.
Has everyone been laughing at
Abel
you?
wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
If Harbaugh does it now,
Right.
and
If
he
he
turns
turns
out to
into
be
the
like,
Kai Becton of the Giants, you know. Anyway, we signed Calvin Austin.
yes,
He's even smaller than Wandale, but even faster.
he's
So he
faster though.
could be, I guess the occasional gadget play, so to speak. Um, and Patrick Ricard and Isaiah Likely. I like the moves we've made.
I do.
For
I
some
do.
of the people that we didn't get, a little bit disappointing, sure. But again, it's not like you just go into the supermarket and say, "Oh, I'll take one of these and one of these,
Right, 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 right.
Chanel and a Jalen Watson, please." It's not quite that easy.
We got Newsom now, right? Is it,
Ozzie Newsome is not
not
Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzy.
Sorry. Yeah, no. Greg Newsome
Greg Newsom, right?
back and our Darius Washington at safety are, I think, sneaky good signings. Ozzie Newsome would have been an even better signing, but Greg is,
Yeah.
is a sneaky good signing. If either of those guys can get back to the form they've had early in their career, and they're not old, right? So it's not out of the question that they could get back to that form, then we really have something. Our Darius Washington was a really good player in 2024, like a really good player, good slot cornerback.
Oh, I just think Harbaugh's going to pull out something out of his bag of tricks. I think they got one, at least they said they weren't, I heard they weren't going to be spending any more money right now, which didn't make sense, but
I don't.
there's something going on. There's
I don't
something
know.
happening right now. We might see a trade. We might see, you know, you might see, Thibodeau go.
Thibodeau and Slayton are the two pieces that you would think other teams might have some interest in. They are good but not great players that aren't terribly expensive right now. So you're right, that could happen.
I want,
But
I want Thibodeau to stay.
Yeah, honestly, I don't need to get rid of either one of them. Although obviously, if Slayton's trade frees up enough money to get somebody in here on free agency, that would make sense to me. Somebody, key. But most of those guys are gone already. I mean, Wyatt Teller, the guard, is still on the board. Uh, there was somebody else that was Sebastian Joseph Day, the defensive tackle, is still on the board. So, if it's one of those guys, yeah, I would consider trading Slayton to free up the money to go get one of them if that's what it took. But we also could still just restructure the contracts of the people we already have. And that would free up enough money. So you really don't even have to trade anybody to make room for that.
I think it's funny as you spoke about Slayton and stuff, and we talked about not the lack of a need for a wide receiver at least early.
Right.
Um, I kind of think adding like the likely and then into the lineup, and then even with
Patrick
Ricard,
Ricard.
adding them, I'm thinking like you mentioned that it could be an open opportunity for Slayton to have a big year, a really big year.
Yes,
Like you
yes.
said about
Because
him
like,
being,
who's
have
covering him?
one-on-one
Who's
coverage against
focusing on
him.
Slayton?
Man,
If you look at that offense as they break the huddle, and you got Malik Neighbors split out wide left, and Isaiah Likely in the slot right, and Patrick Ricard lined up in the I formation as the up back, and Cam Scottaboo as the deep back, and then Slayton's out wide right. If you have a weak link on defense, you send them out to cover Slayton.
yeah.
Right? Because everybody else here, like, oh wait, hold on, we got to make sure we're paying attention to this guy. Oh, that guy Slayton, don't worry about him. Something, yeah, you go get him. You go get him.
That oh man, I just can't wait to see like man hurts out there
Right,
with
right.
oh man, and they get down to like the 1 yard line, how they blow a hole. That was gonna be crazy.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking.
Oh, old school
Anyway, so
giant.
there's. Oh, we didn't mention this. We also re-signed Micah McFadden. So
You
even if
like
we
this
don't
with him
have
though.
such styles, I'm lukewarm on him as a starter, but I like the guy. I like the player, and he didn't. He signed for 1 year for $3.75 million.
Okay, okay.
For that price, I'm fine with bringing him back. He's a good player. I just don't think he's a great player.
Is Banks still around?
Yes, if you go to like New York Giants depth charts, a variety of different websites post what they consider the depth charts. He is listed as our starting quarter. I just can't even. I can't.
The draft's not here yet. The
Some of
draft.
them list him as a starter. Hopefully, Greg Newsome beats him out, or we draft somebody.
That'll work for me.
Anyway, listen, this allergy thing is really starting to knock it out of me. I think we should take a break here and reflect and just look ahead for the next couple of days. Like I said, there's still a couple of big name free agents out there, and let's see if we snatch one more. But I'm fine with what we've done so far. I'm fine
We,
with it.
I think we've done. I think, like you said, I think we've done well so far. Again, Coach Harbaugh, you've really pushed my optimistic meter. It's gone up. It's really gone up because thank you so much. Old
Yes,
school giant football we talking about right there. I love
love
that.
it,
I love that.
love it, love it.
Hey, and let me ask these people. Hey, take a minute and hit the like button. Subscribe, please. Subscribe to what we do our channel. Remember, this is our Super Bowl time right now. This is our time. This is our time. And share this with others. Share our channel with others and let them enjoy, some good old Big Blue talk.
Absolutely, absolutely. Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas, and who am I here with?
It's your man Mazo. It's all about Big Blue.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
until next time, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.